How to tell if someone is a prophet, a con artist, or insane. Today we're diving into one of the oldest and most complicated questions humanity has ever wrestled with. How can you tell if someone who claims to have supernatural insight is a genuine prophet, a manipulative con artist, or someone experiencing a serious mental health condition? This question has shaped religions, toppled kingdoms, started cults, and changed the course of history. And even today, in our modern world of technology and science, the confusion hasn't gone away. Let's explore how to tell the difference responsibly, respectfully, and with clear thinking. Number 1, the challenge of discernment. Whenever someone claims to hear the voice of God, see visions, or possess hidden knowledge, we immediately face 3 possibilities. They genuinely believe they have divine insight. They're deliberately trying to deceive people for personal gain. They're experiencing symptoms of a mental health condition that distorts reality. The tricky part, all 3 can look similar on the surface. All 3 can use confidence, passion, and intense emotion. And all 3 can attract followers. So we must use logic, compassion, and evidence, not fear or excitement, to tell them apart. Number 2, signs of a true prophet, historically speaking. Throughout history, the idea of a prophet has had some consistent qualities across cultures. We can't scientifically verify defined messages. We can look at behavioral patterns that have been associated with sincere spiritual leaders. Number 1, lack of personal gain. True prophets rarely seek money, fame, or control. Their message is often inconvenient, challenging, or even dangerous to themselves rather than beneficial. Number 2, consistent moral behavior. They don't behave one way in public and another in private. Their integrity tends to hold up under scrutiny. Number 3, testable predictions or wisdom. Prophets in history often made predictions that eventually held up, or delivered teachings that displayed profound moral insight rather than manipulation. Number 4, humility and reluctance. In many traditions, prophets didn't want the job. They didn't beg for attention, they resisted it. Number 5, stability of thinking. Even when delivering unusual messages, their speech is typically organized, coherent, and purposeful. These traits don't prove someone is a prophet, but they can help differentiate sincerity from deception or disorder. Number 3, signs of a con artist. Next, let's talk about the con artist, the person who knows they're lying. This is someone who understands that claims of visions, powers, or revelations can be used to manipulate others. Number 1, they seek power, influence, or money. If someone's visions conveniently lead to you donating money, joining their group, or giving them authority, be cautious. Number 2, they adapt their claims to your needs. A con artist tells you exactly what you want to hear. They change their story to win people over. Number 3, pressure tactics. They use fear. If you don't follow me, something terrible will happen, or guilt. You're chosen, but only if you obey me. Number 4, lack of verifiable evidence. Their predictions are vague. Their miracles only happen off camera. Their teachings change when challenged. Number 5, they avoid accountability. A con artist hates questions. True believers will talk openly. Manipulators shut down scrutiny. The motive is key. They benefit the most from their claims. Number 4, signs of mental illness, especially psychosis. Now let's consider the third possibility, that someone is experiencing symptoms of schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or another condition that affects perception and belief. Mental illness doesn't mean incorrect beliefs. It means the brain is generating experiences that feel real but don't match the external world. Common signs include 1, disorganized or chaotic speech. Thoughts might jump rapidly, become hard to follow, or lose structure. Number 2, hallucinations and delusions. They may hear voices or see things that others cannot. Their beliefs may be fixed and unshakable despite evidence. Number 3, lack of practical functioning. They may struggle with daily activities, sleeping, eating, hygiene, work, because the visions or voices overwhelm them. Number 4, intense fear or paranoia. Their beliefs are often frightening rather than inspiring. Number 5, no clear pattern of manipulation. Unlike con artists, people with psychosis are not trying to control or exploit others. They're overwhelmed by experiences they cannot interpret. Mental illness requires compassion, never mockery, fear, or judgment. The overlapping features. This is where things get complicated. Prophets may sound unusual, so can mentally ill individuals. Con artists may speak confidently, so do passionate believers. Prophets may talk about visions, so can people with hallucinations. So the question becomes, what differentiates them? Prophet versus con artist. Look at motives, who benefits from the message. Prophet versus mental illness. Look at coherence and functioning. Is the message organized? Does the person remain stable and grounded? Con artist versus mental illness. Look at intention. Is there deception or personal gain? It's not about judging someone's beliefs, it's about understanding their behavior. Number 6, a practical framework for discernment. Here are 5 questions that anyone can use when evaluating someone's extraordinary claims. 1, motivation. Do they want money, followers, or control? 2, consistency. Do their stories stay the same over time? Number 3, impact on functioning. Are they able to live a stable daily life? Number 4, willingness to be challenged. Are they open to questions, evidence, and scrutiny? Number 5, effect on others. Does their message create fear, dependency, and isolation, or growth, morality, and empowerment? This is not a perfect formula, but it is a responsible starting point. Number 7, conclusion. The need for wisdom and compassion. In the end, the goal is not to label people, but to understand them. People throughout history have had extraordinary experiences, some genuine, some manipulative, some rooted in mental illness. And many times society only figured out the truth years or decades later. So the most important approach is use critical thinking, observe behavior, not just words, avoid rushing to judgment, and above all, use compassion, because behind every prophecy, every scam, and every hallucination is a human being trying to make sense of the world. Thank you.